Safety first. A couple things in regards to safety we need to discuss quickly. Life jackets located underneath the seat that you sit in. Fire extinguishers are on the center console here by me. Throw ring is on the right hand side of the boat. Flares, first aid kit are underneath the seats with your life jackets. With all these hatches down by your feet to access your life-saving equipment. Flares and first aid kit back down in this left rear hatch. There's no smoking. There's no dipping. No chewing tobacco. No sunflower seeds. No sitting or standing on the bow. The bow is the front deck of the boat. And no sitting or standing on the bow. The bow is the front deck of the boat. You see what I did? Twice. Said that one twice, y'all. You want to know why? Alright, I'll tell you anyway. Everyone that's ever fallen off the boat and everyone that's ever jumped off the boat, they were doing the same exact thing. They were standing on the bow. So don't do that. No standing while the engine is running. I'll be your guide through this swamp. And I'll be your guide through life for the next hour and a half. Just like life, there'll be ups and there'll be downs. It's nature. It's a wildlife. It's very uncooperative and very getting wet is an inherent part of being on a boat. Every time folks get wet, they act surprised. Do not act surprised. I just warn you, no surprise.
Overboard?
Get rid of it. This American alligator, that's what we have here in Louisiana. In the world, there are 23 different species of crocodilians.
Marshmallows.
They have 14 crocodiles, 6 caiman, 2 alligators, and 1 gharial. This is the American alligator. 4.5.
Hey.
This is juvenile. Most alligators we're going to see on tour are juveniles where they're 3, 4, and 5 feet in length. When you can only see the alligator's head, you can guess how big it is. If you can measure the distance between the eyes to the nose, whatever that measurement is in inches, transfer that measurement into feet. So, what do you say? 4.5 inches? 4.5 feet. Like I said, 4.5 footer like this, probably 4.5, 5.5 years old. Something like that. And they can jump. We'll call him 5 feet for mathematical sake. 2.5 feet is body, from the nose to the back legs. He also has another 2.5 feet of the tail. Now they'll stay consistent throughout their entire life. The largest alligator roam in the swamp, 12 feet, 6 feet is going to be the tail. It's nice to see him in this clear water back here too. You can see their whole bodies underneath the water. Come on. I got jumped 4 times. I got nothing there.
To stick to it. Guess he'll digest that too.
This American alligator, that's what we have here in Louisiana. In the world, they have 23 different species of crocodilians. They have 14 crocodiles, 6 caiman, 2 alligators, and 1 gharial. This is the American. You might be able to tease him out a little bit, which is a little bit more difficult. You saw that first one, he didn't want to interact with us at all. It's funny because that's one of the most cooperative alligators on the tour this season was that gator that wouldn't do anything. At least the second one. The first one might be small, mature in size. The second one's decent size. So we'll see if we can get closer inspection, see who these are, if they actually have a name or not. Come on, buddy. Come attack us. Come on. You can attack us. Up, up. Ah, don't be like that. You swam all the way out here. Now you're going to turn away. Up. Up.
Oh, there's a big one behind.
Come on. Come on. You should have come over here by now. Stinks. The slender-built alligators are probably in the 200-pound range. Unless she appears in that show called Swamp People, and then she'll weigh 775 pounds. To get out of that chilly water, to get into the sunshine and warm up. It's like the turtles we see. This is called basking. Real common behavior in the winter, in the early spring, in the late fall. You don't see this in the summer. Right in at the bottom of this Tupelo gum tree, there's a large gray bird, black face.
She's getting ready to do something.
It's nice to see them like this. You get to see their whole bodies. Because they're very deceiving when they're in the water, even at close range. It's hard to appreciate how big it is. You know, doing some work, clocking in, doing some overtime. And then took a little siesta this morning, and it's time to get out and bask, process all that crawfish you ate last night. See its breathing rate increasing. See his little throat going in and out like that. Pulled crawfish last Sunday, we caught about 25 pounds. Thursday we caught about 8 pounds. So Jacob went this morning, he said he only caught about 10 pounds, which is not good because he's got a bunch of traps. So hopefully it'll start, should start soon. As we go in this general direction, west of the West Pearl River like this, we're getting closer and closer to true land. Over here on the left there's a ridge, there's some high ground.
You got thumbs from them, Papa.
Oh, the baby. Oh, the baby.
Get some water in here, buddy.
There's a bigger one coming. There's a bigger one going.
There's you want a hot dog? Watch, I'll show you how big it is. Watch the big old piece he's got though.
Looks like we're at the door. A little sow up on the bank up there. He's in
I
the
saw
summer
it.
from October 1st to February 28th.
What are they sticking their head under there for?
Corn. He's getting all the corn.
People got stuff.
You know that?
They've been seeing a bunch of active alligators recently. Come on, Nina. Yeah, come on, you big sister. A lot of roots, seeds, nuts, berries, acorns, mushrooms, invertebrates, crawfish, worms, snails, clams, eggs, snakes and turtles, frogs, yeah, anything, everything. Run, Oreo, run. Run, Oreo. Bless you. They got a captain fired a couple years ago when an alligator caught and ate a pig on his tour.
What?
Yeah.
They're going to gator. It's a baby gator.
They said he was fired due to enticement because he enticed the pig close to the gator on purpose. But that's not really why he got fired. He did it for good reason. It was during alligator hunting season. The alligator in question is one called Brutus. He's the largest alligator we could show customers. How do we say Brutus from hunters? You feed him a pig. You take that pig, he'll eat on it for like a week. He'll get full. He won't be out during hunting season. It worked. He saved Brutus's life. The only problem was, it was a brutal attack caught on video with definite enticement. Debo.
Where's Debo?
Right there, that big one that just rolled up in there.
It's a little tiny red-headed lizard.
Skink?
Is that what it is?
Yep. And dark brown, fox, gray, black. But on average, they're the darkest of all the crocodilians. That's because they live farthest from the equator than any of the crocodilians. Look at your belly. Look how fat this one is. What you got in there? Some crawfish.
What's a gharial? I mean, what's the difference? I've never heard of that before.
It's the one from like India, and I think it also lives in parts of Asia. They have a long, skinny snout. Real skinny snout, big old googly eyes. They almost look like an alien. They don't even look like they're from Earth. They're pretty weird looking creatures. I don't think there's very many of them left in the world though. Gharial. Looks pretty prehistoric. Alright, well let's run. Let's get on out of here. Gator's starting to wake up a little bit.